that ass.
I mean, I'm sure Jinrai have nice asses too, but they're always covered up by the bags. But yeah, no, all about the bell-bottom pants. Okay, and restarting in 3, 2, 1. And here we are with round 1. Jinrai going with a support, 2 recons, 2 assaults. NSF likewise responding with 2 assaults, 2 recons. And Michaelopoulos playing support. So an identical team composition. Immediately we have contact in the plaza already overlooking the kitchen. Afro Lee driving off attacker. Felicia takes out Vamp Gecko. Gecko standing in for Vamp Neko, the supposed team captain of Team 6. Haiduk holding the kitchen. Style taking out Crocodile. Both teams trading very fast. Pretty much 1 for 1.
Very fast flank there. We went through the apartment into their spawn. Managed to catch 3 guys.
Haiduk is pinned in the kitchen.
We'll see a ghost cap.
And Snyla taking the ghost. The remaining team members too slow to respond. But Haiduk managing to pick up the post ghost cap kill. So again, seems to be a pattern in this 5 vs 5 tournament. First round is a ghost cap. But yeah, I think ghost caps are definitely will be key in this match. This trip definitely one of the tighter ones so far in the tournament. I don't think this is going to be a big stomp or an easy stomp at the very least. Contact already in the plaza. Asia fighting in the kitchen, taken out by Lee. Again, unfortunate we can't listen to their comms, so it's really can only speculate at the tactics that each team is trying to employ here. But Stealth Team is content to let Felicia take point, maybe expose the location of the enemy, and then settle in for defense. Stealth taken out of the roof by Snyla. Mikey taken out by Mike. Haiduk pinned down in the alleyways. Mike now picking up the ghost. Crocodile popped out but is flanked. Two strong rounds out of NSF.
I wonder if they will try to play more passively or to counter more aggressively. It's a hard choice on this map, I think.
Definitely. I feel if you overcommit too much to one route, you leave yourself open.
It's now doing the flanking again.
NSF deciding to play a bit more defensively this round, I think. Both teams taking it easy. Neither one really wanting to push out. This could be a stalemate round if Jinrai decides to play this passively.
Yeah, I'm surprised NSF is playing passively. I can
understand
Jinrai
takes out
being careful,
Felicia.
But
I think the thing is NSF can afford to play passively. They're 2 wins ahead, so any further ties from here on out are only in their favor. So all they need to do is kind of sit back, wait for Jinrai to make the mistake.
I wonder if they'll figure out what route Snyla is taking and maybe try to stop him. That's what they need to do at least.
Definitely. Felicia, it seems like, has been trying to repeat the same sort of fast flanks, but I feel the experience of the other team in terms of reacting to recon rushes is a lot greater. Snyla now in the backfield, having taken their spawn, taking out Psyche. Carefully peeking out. And then deciding to advance. Brutal firefight results in an NSF win despite several trades back and forth.
Yeah, I think Crocodile ran out of ammo, but didn't
Yeah.
have much chance anyway.
At that end, it seemed like the NSF just decided to swarm Jinrai with bodies, knowing that they were ahead by 2. And perhaps we might see an actual straight sweep. I think it's too early to call it, though, that way. Jinrai is putting up a decent fight. After taking out Felicia again. Crocodile taking out Lee. Afro down to very low health, letting Michaelopolis take point, who throws smoke in. Faking out his position with that smoke. Brutal firefight results in most of the team dead, leaving only Afro and Mike alive versus Psyche and Haiduk. Haiduk taking out Afro. They might have this. It's down to just Michaelopolis, who takes out Psyche. It's a one-on-one. Haiduk against Michael. I don't think Mike has any idea where Haiduk is, and he's up high, which could be an advantage in his favor, which definitely proves lethal. So the first round to Jinrai, definitely too early to call this a stomp.
Yeah.
I think definitely one thing that Jinrai is having trouble replicating is a recon rush success. I think one telling thing about Snyla's team is that most of the players in there are experienced playing against Snyla, and so as a result are probably well accustomed to the potential of fast recon flanks at the start of the round.
Snyla's taking a different route now, but...
Oh, runs into stealth, takes out stealth immediately, takes out Crocodile, who's too confused. This is looking like a repeat of the third round where Snyla was able to take out 2 enemies early and give NSF a significant advantage. He stopped at last on his rampage by Goat, who is now very shot up though, leaving NSF with a significant health advantage.
Yeah, the key here really is to stop Snyla before he can do too much damage.
I think definitely, and I think this is what's really kind of marking the engagement so far in all the rounds is both sides are sending out a fast recon to try and score a couple kills while the other team is still deploying. Unfortunately, Goat's been a lot less successful at this than Snyla has, though, and I think that is beginning to tell. NSF seems content to sit back and let Jinrai come to them, and Jinrai will have to come to them if they want to avoid an automatic loss by numbers. I think another key in this match is that both sides are very support light. Only Psyche has gone support and Mike has gone support, so a smoke grenade at the right moment in the right spot could definitely change the tide very quickly.
Yeah, I don't think we've seen a single smoke yet, have we?
Neither of them. Both of them pretty canny support players. I think they're quite aware of the value of smoke grenades, especially late in a round when a lot of people are dead and you can guarantee that there's only one guy there. Tossing a smoke into a guy pinned down in a corner is pretty much a death sentence if he doesn't have thermal. Alas, Hajduk turns the corner, runs to Michaelopoulos, he dies. Psyche though picks up Lee, picks up a retreating, picked off though as he retreats by Vamp Gecko. And NSF wins on time. With only a 2 HP Felicia.
Michaelopoulos was in a really good position there to
Yeah,
stop them
definitely.
when they pushed out.
Very sneaky. It's always surprising how a character so big can be so sneaky. But definitely turning the corner and running face smack dab into a support is not something that will improve your day any.
No.
Oh, Felicia this time anticipating the rush by Lee. Almost thought it was Snyla for a second with how aggressive that push was. But Snyla is somewhere else taking out Stealth. Felicia runs smack dab again, face checks the support around the corner and dies for his treble. That does mean Michaelopoulos is very shot up to 20 health. And again, this leaves NSF with a one-man advantage. Seems like NSF is content to wait it out, playing for the Zanshi. Crocodile scoping out the roof. The real question is, can he find an angle from which to spot Snyla, who is penetrated in and is now shooting at Psyche? Very good hiding spot by Snyla, just sitting there, right there behind the sign and cloaked. Very little of his silhouette will pop through. Crocodile trying to get a fix on Snyla's location. Definitely needs to move though, only 30 seconds left, and unless they can score a kill, this is going to be a win for the NSF. I think Snyla's realized this, is now retreating. Seems the whole team is going to try and, if possible, deny a kill. Afro takes Hajduk as he attempts to pursue.
I don't expect anyone to sit up there.
Yeah. This is going to be a pretty definitive win for NSF here. Come out, picks up a couple points in the post game. And we're on to round 7. Jinwei is able to score 1. I don't think it's beyond them to score another, and the firepower advantage is not that great yet. NSF is sitting mostly on sergeants. Jinwei is sitting mostly on corporals, but the weapon difference not that big. Lee already sniping at Goat, who was attempting a rush, drives him back. Goat encounters Afro in the plasma, takes some shots but is taken out. Lisan attempting a dead rush into smoke, blind. Oh, decides not to detonate. Crocodile sitting around. By Michaelopoulos. Again, I feel the damage ratio Jinrai is probably giving about as much as they take, but it's just distributed across the whole NSF team. NSF's quite good, I think, at trying to spread damage as much as possible, having healthier players take point whenever possible.
Yeah, and they try to bait a lot.
Yeah, definitely. Try to bait them into ambushes.
Snyla pushed out and then fell back while Afro was holding the corner.
That being said,
I guess he got a bit greedy because he died, but
Jin has managed to even it out. 3 versus 3. Stealth fighting near the restaurant spawn. Very tense moment as whether he ponders whether or not to reload. Oh, sorry, 4 versus 3, never mind. Still advantage to NSF. 30 seconds left. That will definitely not help them as Afro takes out Stealth, taking the same hiding spot as last round. I don't know if Jin has really caught on to his preference for that spot.
no.
And unless another timeout will probably end in a Jinrai defeat. NSF, Jinrai definitely needs to step it up, and they have a long way to go if they're to win this.
Snyla's not opting for the super here. Or is he?
Oh, switching. Yeah, taking the Zeder long. Oh, some confusion over weapon changing. Decides to go for the MX. That does slow down their deployment just slightly. That might allow Jinrai to get into position. Haiduk taking a lot of damage. In turn taken out by Snyla with that MX.
Yeah, he took his grenade out.
Possible that... oh, Snyla taking out Haiduk as well, who was wounded in that earlier encounter. It's quite possible now, though, that Jinrai is aware that Snyla's packing an MX. That sound is very distinctive.
Yeah.
Snyla taking out Felicia in a close quarters battle that nearly leaves him dead. Taken out by Stealth. At the same time, Psyche takes out Michael, leaving Gecko and Afro as the remaining. So currently we're sitting on 2 versus 2, but with more health on the NSF team overall. Well, it takes out Psyche while attempting to maneuver. Stealth gives away his position. Takes a few inconclusive shots at Gecko, who has taken no damage. At last, taken out. Match point for NSF. One more win will score them the tourney. Or at least this match.
Well, they will secure a place in the playoffs, so they're out of the groups.
Definitely. That being said, I wouldn't count Jinrai out just yet. This time, Snyla and Afra both made Lieutenant. Will that transform into a power advantage? No, neither has elected to go for Lieutenant tier weapons.
Snyla actually has
Oh, has they? Oh, I see. That's what happened. Okay. Haiduk takes out Afro. Snyla flanks in, takes out 3, takes out 4. Oh, and is dropped by Stealth, leaving him and Felicia the only ones alive. versus the remaining 3. I feel we've been here before. Again, another 2 versus 3 situation.
Yeah.
Stealth picked up Snilus dropped AA though. Between him and Felicia, they're able to flush out and kill Lee. Leaving it now 2 versus 2. So here's the question, is Jinrai going to maybe attempt to draw and maybe attempt a more favorable matchup next round? But on the flip side, this may be the best chance they have. Gecko taking it out by Felicia, now they definitely are back in the game. Leaving Michaelopoulos, who admittedly is a support, but now facing quite a bit of firepower as Felicia picked up the dropped MX. A hiss of smoke gives away Mike's position. Who is slowly crawling in behind Stealth. And is dropped. The crossfire killing Stealth. An excellently set up crossfire. Slightly backfired, but
well, they did
definitely
win the
going
round,
to show
so
that Jinrai is
worth it.
back, still in the game. But again, another round where we have 2 lieutenants on the NSF side. Quite the firepower advantage. And here we have the SRS trade now,
Interesting.
rather than an AA trade. I feel Market is definitely tough to use the SRS on. The distances aren't quite long enough to make a sniper completely safe to use. But Snyla knows quite a few. Oh! Oh!
Wow.
That grenade! A random guess by Crocodile just catches Snyla. I'm not sure how random that guess was, actually. Could have caught him on motion vision.
Probably. Very lucky to hit it though.
Afro also possibly mauled by the same grenade. I'm not sure what he took damage from earlier. But now sitting on a GT S, they've lost that wonderful piece of equipment, which will be of no help. Haiduk blowing away Lisan, who spotted Stealth. Gecko blowing up Psyche, too slow to move out of the blast radius. Our down situation. First 4 versus 3. 4 versus 2 now in favor of Jinrai. It's something the tables have turned. So Jinrai's confidence probably coming back with that win.
Yeah, but is it too late though?
They definitely have a long way to go. Even if they win this one, they'll need to win another 5 rounds in a row. At the very least, win 4 and draw out the last. Afro takes out Felicia, who was exposed out on the high ground. Stealth blows away Afro with a shotgun in the corner. I think what's definitely interesting, what we're noticing a lot about all these matchups on Market A, is how vital checking your corners are. There's tons of little hidey holes and cubbies in all the corridors on Market A that you can just sort of squeeze in. And they're big enough too to conceal your gun barrel.
Yeah.
Unlike other maps. Mike taking fire from multiple directions and is killed by Crocodile. Another win for Jinrai. Definitely a start. They need at least 4 to get back up to match point. They need to win 5 in a row. Tall order.
Michael's getting a bit of a lag spike. We'll see.
And Afro saying,
back to normal.
nah, let's just end it. Deciding to forego calling a timeout. Seems, I think, a little more cautious. Still early encounters. Snyla taking out Stealth. Snyla really has Stealth's number this entire game. I don't think I've seen Stealth ever come out on top.
Yeah.
In pub games, I've seen it swing either way, 50-50, but today, Snyla just seems to be really on point. NSF really looking to end this. They're definitely holding back defensive, playing for the Zanshi. Jinrai needs to make a move at some point as they're down 1. After electing to keep the SR this turn, instead of having Gecko trade the ZR silence to Snyla.
Yeah, I'm not sure if there's any good counter to this camping
This
style
is
right now.
this is very hard to beat. I think especially on a map like Marketa. I think what Jinrai needs to do is they need to risk the ghost cap and just gather together their entire team and concentrate on one point. I feel if they lose this, they're out of the game, right? So you might as well risk the ghost cap for a strong push in one direction. That being said, I don't know if they have enough time. I think they've spent too long trying to think about what they need to do. They have 12 seconds.
Yeah, they should try to push out
They
together.
need to make a move now. So Felicia moved. There it is. There's the kill by Haiduk on Snyla. And this will draw it. That means the best Jinrai can hope for here is a draw, I think. That's heartbreaking for them. There's no win for them in this group stage. Still, they're still in this, and a draw is better than a loss. So another 4 rounds Jinrai needs. NSF probably I think Afro and the others on the NSF side have definitely understood the significance of that tie, though. That has definitely prevented Haiduk's team from scoring a win in this tournament bracket.
Yeah.
Snyla taking out Felicia early. And again, back down to the 4 versus 5. Will NSF be content to sit back and try to Zanshi it, or will they push on? Seems like they're making some aggressive moves. Lee and Snyla pushing in. Or sorry, that was Afro and Snyla, I believe.
Snylet picks up the ghost.
Yeah. Starts spotting for Mike, who's escorting. Stealth sitting back pretty with a dead pack. Are we going to see a repeat of his infamous plays? And so forming up, it seems they're not content to sit back. They want to end this with a bang. Snyla gets taken out by Haiduk while pushing in. Psyche takes out Lee, Mike takes out Haiduk. Even trades, but not in Jinrai's favor. Or wait, no, I must have missed a kill somewhere. It's 3 versus 3 now. We are looking at another draw situation if nothing else happens. Mike takes out Stealth now. Stealth is firmly in the lead. Afro takes out Crocodile, leaving Psyche as the last in the kitchen.
It's not looking good.
Not looking good. This may be the end here. Psyche will need to take out Mike, Gecko, and Afro while sitting at half health himself. And Afro rage quitting?
From Afro.
Oh, it seems like, yeah, that's the end. NSF win, 8-3. Shall we relink the channels?
Yep.
My ping.
What?
Was it?
Killing
Uh,
the neighbor.
yeah.
Yeah, I thought
No,
I thought it
my
would be
roommate was
worse,
streaming.
actually.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
well, apparently that has a drastic
we're running a little
effect on my
behind, so
ping.
let's keep the post-game interviews real quick.
Do you have another, like...
Good guy.
Let's start with, why don't we just start with the losing team, Stealth's team. Any thoughts?
Well, technically it's not my team, but I almost
Or Hajduk's team.
entirely.
Very difficult.
Yeah. Yeah, it
Was
was.
a very difficult fight.
Duh.
I think our main objective was really to take out Snyler, obviously for his rushes and flankings. However, obviously, we didn't really manage that as well as we could have.
I definitely saw some. It seemed like strategy for both teams was to send Snyla in. You guys would send Goat in, and hopefully to score a couple of kills. Seems Snyla
Yeah.
was a bit more successful than Goat was at the
Yeah.
same function.
Snyder was
Uh,
camping on the north side always.
So comments from the winning team.
Man.
Shout out to my ISV.
I mean, if your objective was to
motherfuckers.
bore me to tears, you were very successful. I
Marquette
hope
definitely
Marquette is
played.
not in the map rotation anymore.
Marquette had played in their favor quite a lot, and Doc, like a major part of the match was Doc's ping spiking up to 700. And at that point,
Technical difficulties.
I got Afro to like throw me a ZR silence, and from then on, I just went for a pick and we played back straight away because there was no way we were going to push into their spawn because the other team would
Without
stay
your
in their
support,
spawn.
right?
Yeah,
There's
the
a
other team would stay in their
gentleman's
spawn like
usually.
consistently for the whole round, apart from maybe Goat, who was the only player who pushed.
Like to
Right.
put this, I'm not sure if new players are aware to the same extent, but there's been a gentleman's agreement for literal fucking years that you don't, because sitting in your spawn and camping it out is pretty much the optimum strategy always. But there's been a gentleman's agreement not to, because it makes the game fucking boring and we get shit like this.
I think
That's
definitely
fair.
market A.
I'm not
There's
sure where
not-
you're getting that from.
There's not really
Well,
many
since
other ways
Zanchi.
there's not really many other ways to tackle
rushing
recons who come behind you, apart from staying in a single position and
Watch
being
your
able to
back.
Let's
track
see.
them.
Initially I was hoping that most of the recons can kinda be intercepted by assaults, but it seems not to be the case. You know, every time you rush forward through the middle, I just see you going past Psyche, Hajduk or whatever. Like, what the fuck?
That being said, yeah, it does seem like Market A really encourages that. Definitely the team that starts on the market side has a much tougher time pushing up and can tend to be kind of boxed in. Any thoughts on the map choice? Or any further thoughts on the map choice?
No, I think that like it's the other way around rather, that a team spawning on the market side doesn't have trouble pushing in. They in fact have an advantage staying their ground. The market is incredibly easy to hold, especially with lots of verticality looking down onto the various entrances on it.
Right.
And so the team spawning on that side like will play passively if they have to. Especially it's like that, like they said, I will try and go in for a pick. They'll hold it against me and won't let me get that pick. But it's incredibly difficult to push into the market, I think, and more often than not, our team didn't. Like, we'd reach the threshold of their spawn every round, and then not push any further, because we couldn't, because we'd be caught in a crossfire immediately.
Right.
Like, we
So,
felt like we were being baited and trapped, like, every single round, so we just played for picks, because, like, it was clear their intent was not to move out of their spawn.
So thoughts from the losing team? Any thoughts going forward to towards your next match?
I think you can say it, Hajduk, about the next team.
Yes.
We can
Of course,
definitely win
of
them.
course.
So definitely no loss of confidence there. Definitely can take it forward to their next game. Learn from your mistakes and maybe pick up and win.
We knew this was going to be the most tough match for us, especially with so many vets playing. So I guess obviously we'll have to take the experiences that we've got from this match and into future matches.
Right. And any thoughts from the winning team going forward?
I don't know. Hopefully.
See you in the playoffs. I think you
Hopefully
secured
we'll-
the playoff spot.
Yeah, hopefully we won't have to play Marquetta again.
All right. And that being said, we're kind of behind on time, so I'm just going to be signing off. Catch you later, active NeoTokyo players.
Right.
thanks
Goodbye.
for watching, and thanks for playing.
Later on.
Yeah.
GG.
Thank you.
See you next time.